Have you ever wondered about the strange and fascinating creatures lurking in Norse mythology? From fierce wolves to enchanting elves, these beings add magic and mystery to the ancient tales. Today, we're diving into the top 23 notorious creatures from Norse mythology. How many of these legendary beings do you know? Stick around, because the last one is probably the most famous of them all. As we explore each one, think about which creature intrigues you the most and why. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights and opinions are important to us, so if you think we've missed any significant creatures or have additional interesting facts, please share them in the comments. Let's make this a collaborative journey into the captivating world of Norse mythology together. Get ready to dive into a world of wonder and terror. You won't want to miss a single one. Aurdumbla. Aurdumbla is one of the most ancient and enigmatic figures in Norse mythology, a primordial cow that played a crucial role at the dawn of creation. Her name, meaning hornless, milk-rich cow, encapsulates her nurturing nature. Aurdumbla is best known for providing nourishment to the first giant, Ymir, by licking the salty ice blocks in Jörmungandr, the primordial void. Her milk fed Ymir, enabling him to grow and give rise to the race of giants. Aurdumla's actions did not stop at feeding Ymir. As she licked the ice blocks, she uncovered Buri, the ancestor of the gods. Over 3 days, she revealed his form, bringing him to life. Buri's emergence set the stage for the birth of the Aesir, the pantheon of gods that includes Odin, Thor, and Frigg. This act of uncovering Buri from the ice represents the transition from chaos to order, a foundational theme in Norse mythology. Though Aurdumla's appearances in myth are limited, her impact is profound. She stands as a symbol of sustenance and creation, bridging the gap between the chaotic beginnings of the universe and the structured world that followed. Her unique role highlights the interconnectedness of life and the interdependence of all beings in the Norse cosmology. Draugr. Draugr are the terrifying undead beings of Norse mythology, often compared to zombies or revenants in other cultural tales. Unlike the mindless undead of modern fiction, Draugr possess immense strength and a terrifying will. They are known to guard the treasures buried with them, rising from their graves to protect these riches with relentless ferocity. Their grotesque, decaying bodies emit a stench of death, and their ghastly appearance alone is enough to instill fear in the hearts of the living. These creatures are not merely physical threats. They possess a range of supernatural abilities. Draugr can increase their size at will, making them formidable opponents in battle. They also have the power to enter the dreams of the living, causing nightmares and driving their victims to madness. This psychological torment is often accompanied by physical manifestations, such as leaving tangible items from the dream in the real world as proof of their visit. The Draugr are believed to be the restless spirits of those who were greedy, malevolent, or unpopular in life. Their inability to find peace in death reflects the Norse belief in the consequences of one's actions extending beyond the grave. Killing a Draugr requires dismembering or burning the body, ensuring they cannot rise again. This violent end mirrors the brutal nature of these creatures and unearths the Norse theme of the cyclical struggle between life and death. Dwarves. Dwarves in Norse mythology are master craftsmen, known for their exceptional skills in forging weapons, armor, and magical items. These small, twisted beings are said to have originated from the maggots in the corpse of Ymir, the primordial giant. Granted reason by the gods, they established their home in Svartalfheim, an underground realm filled with forges and mines. Here, they honed their craft, creating some of the most legendary artifacts in Norse lore. Among their most famous creations are Mjolnir, the hammer of Thor, and Gungnir, the spear of Odin. These items are not only powerful weapons but also symbols of the gods' authority and strength. The dwarves' ability to infuse their creations with magical properties speaks to their deep understanding of the mystical and physical worlds. Their craftsmanship extends beyond weapons to include beautiful jewelry and intricate tools, all imbued with enchantments. Despite their talents, dwarves are often portrayed with a dark side. They are depicted as greedy and sometimes malevolent, traits that reflect their origin from the decaying body of a giant. In some myths, exposure to sunlight turns them to stone, a vulnerability that unearths their connection to the subterranean world. This duality of brilliance and darkness makes dwarves fascinating figures in Norse mythology, embodying the complex interplay of creation and corruption. Elves. Elves in Norse mythology are divided into two distinct groups, the Ljósálfar, or light elves, and the Dökkálfar, or dark elves. The light elves are described as beautiful, ethereal beings who dwell in Alfheim, a realm ruled by the god Freyr. They are radiant and fair, often associated with healing, light, and beauty. Though they rarely interact with humans, their presence is felt through the beneficial or harmful effects they can have on health and well-being. In contrast, the dark elves are said to live underground, often linked with the dwarves due to their similar habitats. Descriptions of them vary, but they are generally thought to have a darker complexion and a more sinister nature. Some scholars believe that the dark elves are simply another term for dwarves, as both groups are known for their subterranean homes and mystical abilities. These elves are rarely seen and are often depicted as malevolent, causing sickness and misfortune. The dichotomy between light and dark elves highlights the Norse worldview of balance between opposing forces. While light elves represent purity and benevolence, dark elves embody mystery and potential malice. This duality reflects the complexities of nature and the supernatural in Norse mythology, where every force has its counterpart and the interactions between these beings shape the world. Fenrir. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, is one of the most infamous creatures in Norse mythology. Born from the union of the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angrboda, Fenrir is prophesied to play a key role in the events of Ragnarok, the end of the world. Despite his fearsome destiny, Fenrir was initially raised by the gods in Asgard. However, as he grew, so did their fear of his power, leading them to bind him with magical chains. The gods used a series of increasingly stronger bindings to restrain Fenrir, each of which he broke with ease. Finally, they crafted a chain called Gleipnir, made from impossible ingredients such as the sound of a cat's footfall and the breath of a fish. To secure him, the gods tricked Fenrir into allowing them to bind him by pretending it was a test of strength. When he realized the deception, Fenrir bit off the hand of the god Tyr, who had placed his hand in the wolf's mouth as a gesture of trust. Fenrir's eventual escape from his bindings is foretold to signal the onset of Ragnarok. In this apocalyptic battle, he is destined to kill Odin, the chief of the gods, before being slain by Odin's son, Vidar. Fenrir's role in these events underscores the Norse belief in the inevitability of fate and the cyclical nature of destruction and rebirth. As a symbol of chaos and uncontrollable power, Fenrir embodies the dark, destructive forces that are an integral part of the cosmic balance. Fos Grim. The Fos Grim, also known simply as Grim, is a water spirit renowned for his exceptional musical talents. Dwelling near waterfalls and streams, the Fos Grim is a master of the fiddle, able to play melodies that mimic the sounds of nature. His music is so enchanting that it can mesmerize listeners, leading them to dance uncontrollably or fall into a trance-like state. The Fosgrim's skill is not just a natural talent, but can be taught to humans, though this knowledge comes at a price. Those seeking to learn from him must offer a gift, typically a white goat thrown into a waterfall flowing northwards, or smoked mutton provided over 4 consecutive Thursdays. If the offering is deemed sufficient, the Fosgrim will guide the pupil's hand along the strings until their fingers bleed, imbuing them with his musical prowess. Despite his allure, the Fos Grim is not entirely benevolent. Like many spirits in Norse folklore, he can be capricious and dangerous, especially if disrespected or if the offering is inadequate. His dual nature reflects the unpredictable and often perilous character of natural forces, capturing the Norse understanding of the world's beauty and danger. The Fosgrim's legend serves as a reminder of the profound connection between nature, art, and the supernatural in Norse mythology. Filja and Himinga. Filja and Himinga are spiritual entities closely linked to individuals' lives and destinies in Norse mythology. A Filja, meaning follower, is a spirit animal that appears at a person's birth and reflects their character and fate. These spirits often take the form of animals, with the nature of the animal indicating the personality traits of the person. For example, a tame individual might have an ox or a goat as their Filja, while a fierce person might have a wolf or an eagle. The Filja is not merely a passive presence. It can actively influence and protect the individual. It is believed that if a person sees their Filja while awake, it is a sign of impending death. These spirits can also appear in dreams, offering guidance or warnings. The concept of the Filja underscores the deep connection between humans and the natural world in Norse beliefs, where every person is accompanied by a spirit that mirrors their essence. Himinga, on the other hand, is a female guardian spirit that represents a person's luck and fortune. Passed down through generations, the Himinga can ensure the prosperity and success of a family. When a person dies, their Himinga transfers to their most beloved relative, enhancing the family's overall fortune. This spirit's protective and nurturing role is akin to that of a guardian angel, overseeing the well-being of its charge. Together, Filja and Himinga illustrate the Norse understanding of the intertwined nature of fate, character, and luck. These spirits highlight the belief that an individual's life is shaped by forces both within and beyond their control, reflecting the complex interplay of destiny and personal agency in Norse mythology. Garm. Garm is the fearsome hellhound that guards the gates of hell, the realm of the dead in Norse mythology. Described as a monstrous, bloodthirsty hound, Garm's primary role is to prevent the dead from leaving hell and to keep intruders from entering. He is often depicted as being covered in blood, a testament to his fierce nature and the countless battles he has fought. Garm's significance extends beyond his role as a guardian. He is closely associated with the apocalyptic events of Ragnarok. According to prophecy, Garm will break free from his chains during the final battle, joining the forces of chaos against the gods. He is destined to fight the god Tyr, resulting in a mutual destruction. This battle symbolizes the inevitable confrontation between order and chaos, with Garm representing the uncontrollable and destructive aspects of the natural world. Despite his fearsome reputation, Garm is not inherently evil. Like many creatures in Norse mythology, he embodies the necessary balance between life and death, order and disorder. His presence at the gates of hell underscores the Norse belief in the cyclical nature of existence, where every beginning has an end, and every end leads to a new beginning. Garm's role in Ragnarok highlights the mythological understanding of the world's end and rebirth, a recurring theme in Norse cosmology. Geri and Freki. Geri and Freki are the two wolves that accompany Odin, the chief of the Norse gods. Their names, which translate to the ravenous or greedy one, reflect their insatiable hunger and fierce nature. These wolves are not only companions to Odin, but also symbolize his authority and power, constantly by his side in Asgard. The presence of Geri and Freki highlights Odin's connection to the natural and animal worlds. In many myths, wolves are associated with war, death, and the wild, untamed aspects of nature. By having these formidable creatures as his companions, Odin demonstrates his dominion over these forces. Geri and Freki's constant hunger also mirrors Odin's relentless pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, as he is willing to sacrifice anything, including his own eye, to gain greater understanding. In addition to their symbolic roles, Geri and Freki serve practical purposes in mythology. They are often seen as Odin's scouts and guardians, protecting him and aiding in his endeavors. Their keen senses and ferocious loyalty make them invaluable allies. The depiction of these wolves emphasizes the interconnectedness of all life in Norse mythology, where even the gods rely on the strength and abilities of their animal companions to achieve their goals. Hydron. Hydron is the mythical goat that resides in Valhalla, the Hall of the Slain Warriors in Norse mythology. She plays a unique and vital role by producing an endless supply of mead, which flows from her udders into a massive cauldron. This mead is consumed by the Einherjar, the chosen warriors who prepare for the final battle of Ragnarok. Hydron's ability to provide an infinite amount of this magical drink underscores her importance in sustaining the warrior's strength and spirit. Hydron feeds on the leaves of the tree Rar, which stands atop Valhalla. The nourishment she derives from this tree enables her to produce the mead that is essential for the warrior's daily feasts. This cyclical relationship between Hydron and Rar symbolizes the interconnectedness of life and the sustenance of divine power. The mead she provides is not only a source of physical strength, but also a metaphor for wisdom and inspiration, as mead is often associated with poetic and intellectual prowess in Norse mythology. In one myth, Hydron is used as an insult towards the goddess Freya, implying a connection between the goat and fertility or sensuality. This usage highlights the multifaceted nature of mythological symbols, where a single figure can embody various meanings and attributes. Hydron's presence in Valhalla represents the Norse ideals of abundance, nourishment, and the eternal preparation for the cosmic battles to come. Her role is a reminder of the divine provision and the perpetual readiness of the Einherjar. Hugin and Munn. Hugin and Munn are the two ravens that serve as Odin's eyes and ears, flying across the 9 worlds each day to gather information. Their names mean thought and memory, respectively, highlighting their roles in keeping Odin informed about all that transpires in the cosmos. Every morning, Odin sends them out, and they return by evening to perch on his shoulders and whisper everything they have seen and heard into his ears. These ravens symbolize Odin's quest for knowledge and his omnipresence. Hugin and Munn's ability to traverse the realms reflects Odin's far-reaching influence and his deep connection to the mysteries of the universe. Their daily journeys ensure that Odin remains aware of the events occurring in both the mortal and divine worlds, maintaining his status as the all-seeing and all-knowing god. The bond between Odin and his ravens also emphasizes the importance of wisdom and memory in Norse mythology. Memory, represented by Munn, is crucial for understanding the past and making informed decisions, while thought, embodied by Hugin, is essential for foresight and planning. Together, they form a complementary pair that aids Odin in his divine duties. This relationship underscores the Norse belief in the interconnectedness of mental faculties and the continuous pursuit of knowledge. Holda, also known as Huldra, is a seductive forest spirit known for her enchanting beauty and mysterious nature. She appears as a strikingly beautiful woman with a hidden cow's tail, which she keeps concealed when interacting with humans. Holda is often encountered in the deep woods, where she lures men with her charm and grace, leading them into the forest for various purposes, ranging from companionship to more sinister ends. The story of Holda is linked to the tale of Adam and Eve in Christian mythology. According to legend, when God visited Eve, she hid her dirty children, and God declared that those hidden should remain hidden. Holda is said to be one of these hidden children who managed to stay above ground. This connection underscores her otherworldly nature and her role as an intermediary between the natural and supernatural realms. Despite her allure, Holda can be dangerous. Men who fall under her spell may find themselves trapped or lost in the forest, never to return. She embodies the untamed and unpredictable aspects of nature, representing both its beauty and its peril. Holda's dual nature as both a nurturing and a potentially harmful entity reflects the complexities of the natural world in Norse mythology, where beings are rarely entirely good or evil. Jörmungandr, also known as the Midgard serpent, is one of the most significant creatures in Norse mythology. Born to the god Loki and the giantess Angerboda, Jormungandr was thrown into the ocean by Odin, where he grew so large that he encircled the entire world, holding his tail in his mouth. This colossal serpent is a constant threat, embodying the forces of chaos and destruction that lie beneath the surface of the orderly world. Jormungandr's arch-nemesis is Thor, the god of thunder. Their enmity is one of the central conflicts in Norse mythology, culminating in the events of Ragnarok. According to prophecy, Ragnarok will begin when Jörmungandr releases his tail and emerges from the sea, poisoning the sky and wreaking havoc. In the final battle, Thor will face Jörmungandr and slay the serpent, but will himself succumb to the serpent's venom shortly after, highlighting the inevitability of fate and the cyclical nature of life and death. The image of Jörmungandr encircling the world is a powerful symbol of the interconnectedness of all things in Norse cosmology. His presence beneath the ocean represents the hidden forces that influence the world, reminding us that beneath the apparent order lies a vast and uncontrollable power. Jörmungandr's role in Ragnarok emphasizes the Norse belief in the balance between creation and destruction, and the ever-present potential for chaos in the universe. Jotnar. The Jotnar, or giants, are a race of beings that embody chaos and opposition in Norse mythology. Descended from the primordial giant Ymir, they inhabit Jotunheim, a harsh and unforgiving realm. The Jotnar are often depicted as enemies of the gods, engaging in constant battles with the Aesir and Vanir. However, Their relationship with the gods is complex, as many gods, including Odin and Thor, have Jotnar ancestry, blurring the lines between ally and adversary. The giants play a crucial role in the Norse cosmological narrative. Their existence predates that of the gods, and their actions are integral to the creation and eventual destruction of the world. The Jotnar represent the untamed and destructive forces of nature, contrasting with the order and civilization embodied by the gods. This duality is central to Norse mythology, where the struggle between order and chaos is a recurring theme. Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world, is marked by the final battle between the gods and the giants. During this cataclysmic event, the Jotnar will breach the boundaries of their realm and engage the gods in a conflict that will result in mutual destruction. This inevitable clash underscores the cyclical nature of Norse mythology, where creation and destruction are inextricably linked. The Jotnar's role in these events highlights the belief in balance and the eternal struggle between opposing forces. Kraken. The Kraken is a legendary sea monster that has captured the imagination of sailors and mythologists alike. Originating from Scandinavian folklore, the Kraken is described as a colossal creature capable of dragging entire ships to the depths of the ocean. It is often depicted as having massive tentacles and a fearsome appearance, with many razor-sharp beaks hidden within its tentacles, making it a terror of the seas. The Kraken's mythological roots can be traced back to the sagas and tales of Norse sailors, who recounted encounters with this monstrous being. These stories often describe the Kraken as an island-sized creature that would rise from the ocean's depths, creating whirlpools that could capsize ships. The Kraken's presence in these tales serves as a reminder of the dangers of the sea and the unpredictable power of nature. In modern times, the Kraken has been associated with real-life creatures such as the giant and colossal squids, which inhabit the deep ocean. These elusive animals bear some resemblance to the legendary Kraken, lending a degree of credence to the ancient myths. The Kraken's enduring legacy in popular culture and mythology underscores the human fascination with the unknown and the monstrous, reflecting our deep-seated fears and awe of the natural world. Mare. The mare is a nightmarish creature in Norse mythology that is responsible for bad dreams and sleep paralysis. According to legend, the mare sits on the chest of sleeping individuals, causing them to experience terrifying visions and a sense of suffocation. This phenomenon is known as being ridden by the mare, and is a common explanation for sleep paralysis in various cultures. The mare is believed to be the wandering soul of a living person, usually a witch or a sorcerer, who leaves their body at night to torment others. In some accounts, the mare can also be an evil spirit or a demon that preys on the vulnerable during their sleep. The creature's ability to induce nightmares and physical distress highlights the Norse understanding of the connection between the spiritual and physical realms. To protect against the mare, people would employ various charms and rituals. For instance, placing a knife under the bed or a pair of shoes with the toes pointing toward the door were common practices to ward off the mare. The creature's presence in folklore underscores the deep-seated fears associated with sleep and the unknown, reflecting the anxieties and superstitions of the Norse people regarding the unseen forces that influence their lives. Nidhog. Nidhog is a fearsome dragon that resides at the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, in Norse mythology. Known for its destructive nature, Nidhogg gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil, causing constant damage and threatening the stability of the cosmos. This relentless chewing symbolizes the ongoing decay and corruption that exists alongside growth and renewal in the universe. Nidhogg's primary function is to punish the souls of those who have committed grave sins, such as murder, adultery, and oath-breaking. These souls are sent to Nastrand, a part of hell, where Nidhogg feeds on their bodies. This role as a devourer of the wicked underscores the dragon's association with retribution and justice in the afterlife, reflecting the Norse belief in the consequences of one's actions extending beyond death. Despite its malevolent nature, Nidhogg is an essential part of the cosmic balance. The dragon's actions contribute to the cycle of destruction and regeneration that defines Norse cosmology. By constantly gnawing at Yggdrasil's roots, Nidhogg ensures that the tree remains vigilant and resilient, symbolizing the perpetual struggle between life and death. This dynamic interplay of forces is a central theme in Norse mythology, where even the most destructive beings have a role in maintaining the equilibrium of the universe. Norns. The Norns are powerful female beings in Norse mythology who control the fate of all beings. Residing by the well of Urd beneath Yggdrasil, the world tree, the Norns are often depicted as three sisters: Urd, the past; Verdandi, the present; and Skuld, the future. They weave the threads of destiny, determining the lifespan and destiny of gods, humans, and all creatures. The Norns' role is akin to that of the Fates in Greek mythology, but they hold a unique position in the Norse pantheon. Their influence extends across the 9 worlds, making them some of the most powerful entities in Norse cosmology. The threads they weave are not just symbolic, but are believed to be literal representations of life, tying each being's fate to the cosmic order. Their decisions are absolute, and even the gods cannot alter the fate the Norns decree. The presence of the Norns highlights the Norse belief in predestination and the inevitability of fate. Their actions emphasize that while beings may strive for control over their lives, the ultimate outcome is governed by forces beyond their control. This acceptance of fate reflects a fundamental aspect of Norse philosophy, where courage and honor lie in facing one's destiny with bravery, regardless of the outcome. The Norns, as the weavers of fate, embody the inescapable nature of destiny in the Norse worldview. Ratatoskr. Ratatoskr is a mischievous squirrel that lives on Yggdrasil, the world tree, in Norse mythology. Known for his constant movement and playful nature, Ratatoskr's primary role is as a messenger, carrying insults and gossip between the eagle perched atop Yggdrasil and the dragon Nidhog at its roots. This role as a go-between for these two powerful beings adds a layer of complexity and intrigue to the dynamics of the world tree. Ratatoskr thrives on causing trouble and stirring up conflict. His actions are not purely malevolent, but reflect the natural tendency towards chaos and mischief in the universe. By relaying messages between the eagle and Nidhogg, Ratatoskr ensures that the tension between the forces of growth and decay remains constant, highlighting the balance between creation and destruction. This ongoing interaction between the eagle and the dragon, mediated by Ratatoskr, symbolizes the perpetual conflict and cooperation that sustain the cosmos. In some interpretations, Ratatoskr is also seen as a representation of the Norse understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. His movements up and down Yggdrasil illustrate the flow of information and the exchange of energy between different parts of the universe. Ratatoskr's playful and cunning nature adds a touch of levity to the otherwise serious and profound themes of Norse mythology, reminding us that even in the midst of cosmic struggles, there is room for wit and cleverness. Sleipnir. Sleipnir is the 8-legged horse of Odin, the chief of the Norse gods. Renowned for his unmatched speed and strength, Sleipnir is considered the finest steed in all the realms. His 8 legs allow him to traverse great distances and even cross between different worlds, making him an invaluable asset to Odin in his quests and battles. Sleipnir's unique appearance and abilities set him apart as a creature of extraordinary power and significance. The story of Sleipnir's birth is both intriguing and unusual. He was conceived when Loki, the shape-shifting trickster god, transformed into a mare to distract the giant stallion Svadilfari. In this form, Loki was impregnated by Svadilfari and later gave birth to Sleipnir. Despite his unusual origins, Sleipnir is a noble and loyal companion to Odin, symbolizing the unexpected ways in which strength and support can manifest. Sleipnir's role in Norse mythology extends beyond his service to Odin. He is a symbol of the connection between the mortal and divine realms, capable of navigating the complex landscape of the Norse cosmology with ease. His ability to travel between worlds represents the fluidity and interconnectedness of the Norse universe, where boundaries are often permeable and the gods frequently interact with other beings. Sleipnir's legend unearths the themes of loyalty, strength, and the unexpected alliances that shape the myths. Tangrisnir and Tangjoster. Tangrisnir and Tangjoster are the 2 goats that pull Thor's chariot across the sky. Their names mean teeth-bearer and teeth-grinder, respectively, reflecting their fierce and untamed nature. These goats are more than mere beasts of burden. They possess the unique ability to be resurrected after being slaughtered and eaten by Thor. Each night, Thor consumes their flesh and then uses his hammer, Mjolnir, to revive them, ensuring that he always has a source of sustenance. This cycle of death and resurrection symbolizes the themes of renewal and continuity in Norse mythology. The goat's ability to return to life each day highlights the regenerative power inherent in the cosmos, where destruction and creation are part of a continuous cycle. This motif is reflected in many aspects of Norse myth, emphasizing the resilience and enduring nature of life. Tangr and Tangjer's presence in Thor's myth, the god's connection to the natural world and his reliance on its resources. The story of the goats also illustrates Thor's direct and sometimes brutal relationship with the forces he controls. When a peasant's son once damaged one of the goats by eating its marrow, Thor took the boy as his servant, demonstrating the consequences of interfering with this sacred cycle. The goats, as companions to Thor, embody the raw power and relentless energy that define the god of thunder. Trolls. Trolls are among the most well-known creatures in Norse mythology, often depicted as large, brutish beings dwelling in remote mountains, caves, or deep forests. These creatures are typically portrayed as physically powerful but intellectually slow, embodying the untamed and wild aspects of nature. Trolls are known for their reclusiveness, preferring to live in isolation away from human settlements, which they often view with hostility. Despite their fearsome appearance, trolls have a complex role in Norse folklore. They are sometimes depicted as guardians of natural treasures, such as gold or precious stones, hidden deep within the earth. These riches often attract the curiosity and greed of humans, leading to encounters that can be both dangerous and enlightening. Trolls' interactions with humans range from outright hostility to moments of reluctant cooperation, reflecting the ambivalent relationship between humans and the natural world. One of the most famous aspects of troll lore is their vulnerability to sunlight. According to legend, exposure to the sun turns trolls to stone, a motif that underscores their connection to the dark and hidden places of the world. This transformation is symbolic of the clash between civilization and the wild, with trolls representing the primal forces that resist the encroachment of human order. The enduring fascination with trolls in modern popular culture continues to reflect the timeless allure and mystery of these ancient beings. Valkyries. Valkyries are among the most iconic figures in Norse mythology, known as the choosers of the slain. These warrior maidens serve Odin, the chief of the gods, and are responsible for selecting the bravest warriors who die in battle and escorting them to Valhalla, Odin's hall. In Valhalla, these fallen heroes, known as the Einherjar, prepare for the final battle of Ragnarok. Valkyries are depicted as noble and beautiful, yet fierce and formidable in their duty. The role of the Valkyries extends beyond mere escorts of the dead. They also have the power to influence the outcomes of battles, deciding who lives and who dies. This ability places them at the intersection of fate and divine will, embodying the Norse belief in predestination and the influence of higher powers on mortal lives. Valkyries are often depicted riding winged horses, armed with spears and shields, reflecting their martial prowess and divine authority. In addition to their warrior role, Valkyries are sometimes depicted as lovers or protectors of mortal heroes, adding a romantic and protective dimension to their character. This dual nature highlights the complexity of their roles in Norse mythology, where they are both fierce warriors and compassionate guides. The enduring image of the Valkyries continues to captivate modern audiences, symbolizing bravery, honor, and the noble acceptance of one's fate. We've journeyed through the realms of Norse mythology and encountered 23 of its most notorious creatures. From the mighty Fenrir to the elusive Holda, each being adds its unique flair to these ancient tales. So, what do you think? Which creature do you find the most terrifying or fascinating? Is it the monstrous Jörmungandr, or perhaps the haunting mare? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If there's a creature you think should have made the list, or if you have any additional interesting facts about these mythical beings, please share them with us. Your insights can help make this exploration even richer. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Norse mythology. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mythological adventures. Let's keep the conversation going. Dive into the comments and tell us your favorite creature and why.